Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to our somewhat regular series. You might notice that there are some cool topics today to talk about. I don't know if you've seen the title.
I have seen the title. Glaciers are cool.
Yes,
Glaciers, yay.
Yeah,
yeah,
come on.
glaciers are cool. Have you heard about the glaciers?
I've heard of them. I've seen
Hmm.
one, but I don't know if there's anything massive going on with them right now.
There is
Might
a
be a bit,
massive glacier. Yeah, but before we get into that actual topic, hello, and it's been a while since I've seen you two. What would you like to drink the usual today? I don't know what the usual is because you don't visit often enough.
Well, what would you make for us if we were to ask for the usual?
Let's see, you look like you enjoy the normal beer because you obviously lack any class to know what actually is good.
I'll take some beer.
Yeah,
Same for
how
me.
about you?
Let's go, some
Nice.
beer.
Yeah, some beer. Let's have some beer. Yeah,
Yeah, do you like the piss beer?
piss beer.
Peace beer.
Piss.
No,
Well, it's like
please no.
I remember GTA 5, and with some GTAs, I got a drink in it called Piss Water, and it's just their version of their brand of beer in game.
Is it more water or is it more piss?
Well, that's the question. No one really knows.
Yeah, when you're drunk, you don't know. But the question is, are you drunk? Because have you been drinking beer, in fact?
I have been drinking beer. I've just got back from Espanol, where beer is very cheap.
Hmm.
Yeah.
In fact, in
Compared
Spain,
to,
people mostly drink cava. That's
what's that?
well, the cava and wine. Cava, it's like champagne, but it's rebranded to avoid IP issues.
Oh, okay, fair
Well, not
enough.
IP
Uh-huh.
issues,
To
but
get to avoid getting sued by the French.
yeah, pretty much.
It
But it's the
reminds me
same
of
thing. Yeah.
the Trump thing. When he was putting on tariffs, and he was putting tariffs on alcohol that's imported from Europe, and he said we're going to be drinking American champagne, and everyone's like, "There's no such thing as American
Yeah.
champagne."
Well, there are ripoffs,
There are
like cava in
rip-offs.
Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, if you talk about champagne to a German, they have like one word for like the authentic champagne from the, I don't know, is it the city or region
I think it's just the
that's called
region of
champagne?
Champagne, I think, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
Magician, I'm assuming you're more qualified to speak on the French than we are.
Yeah, I mean, I know you because for Germany, if you talk about champagne, I'm not really sure. I guess in French they would talk about champomy. It's
Champagne.
it's like the champagne, but without. It's actually just like some fizzy apple juice, I guess. Like not really
hmm.
champagne, but yeah.
I mean, it's like for pretty much the entire world, it's usually champagne is whatever is produced in that, I don't know, region, and as well as all the ripoffs. While for the Germans, it's specifically that, which is usually very expensive. That type of thing. So yeah, Germans don't really hear champagne that often because for them it's very specific and very expensive.
I mean, they love beer as well, over there, like Oktoberfest and that. They're big beer people.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
true.
there's a theory going on that the reason why they have beer is that because they couldn't produce wine, as in wine is better.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Not many grape fields in Germany, to be fair.
But yeah, for whoever hasn't watched the previous episode, I don't drink, so I have no idea about any of this. Even though I'm a role playing bartender, but yeah,
Because does it need to be hot? I'm assuming it needs to be like hot to grow grapes, right? Because that's basically like one of the big ingredients.
I mean they control temperature in those cellars. I don't think it matters. You
Mm.
gotta like be very precise about the temperature regardless. Like maybe historically you couldn't do that, but
Yeah, they just never had the infrastructure for it. They're just big guys.
yeah. And so, as I was saying, glaciers are cool. So yesterday, it's a funny story. I was just playing a game, and there were a couple people from Switzerland. They're like,
Mhm.
somebody sent me this urgent news about a glacier that fell down in Switzerland. And I was like, wait, there are glaciers in Switzerland? Like, yeah, like Switzerland is all about the mountains. So
I was
they
gonna
do
say
have.
it's right next to like Mont Blanc and that. I think.
But yeah, it's like they're not very north. Like it's not Northern Glacier, but they have mountains, and mountains usually have glaciers. So yeah,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's a pretty big one.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Berry's Mountain Village. Oh shit!
Yep.
This is crazy.
This is nuts.
When I look at this, I'm like, hold on, what about this word?
don't
La
know.
ya hee hoo.
If I was this person recording, I fear I would have turned around at this point. Do you get what I mean? I would have been like, yeah, this is gonna suck when it gets to me.
Yeah, it's like you see this roof. Like this guy is on some kind of
I think
building. So
yeah,
Yeah.
so
He
he
should
must
be
be
pretty
bored.
safe from his height, I guess, but
Yeah,
yeah,
surely,
too-
right?
too confident about it.
yeah, he's waiting. Yeah, look, it's because it spits over, doesn't it? He's gonna die. There's no way that's not real. Look at that.
Yeah, he's just
Jesus.
looking at it like, surely that's not gonna get to me, right?
It's like I don't know. I can't remember if you guys ever saw the video, but it was this guy. God, look at that, and he's just watching and watching and watching, and the next thing you know, it's getting closer, and he's like, "Oh shit, probably should have ran instead."
Yeah. In this case, there's not really much. There's not really anywhere to run. Like that thing is absolutely enormous.
Mm.
But did the people have time to? I mean,
Okay, it's a bad resolution here, but you see this thing here? Hold on.
you mean the brown thing
You
or
see this thing here?
the village?
Yeah, that's the village that got buried. So yeah, this is the village, and this is the avalanche.
Well,
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks for them.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you don't have anywhere to run here.
Oh no,
It doesn't matter where you run. If you are there, you're just done.
you're just out, aren't you? Really?
no, but did it happen just like that? So did they have time to run or?
Yeah, actually, there was. I believe they said there was one person missing, but no deaths. So they actually had enough
Okay.
time to evacuate.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's pretty good.
Because
Yeah.
if it just happened like that, I would just make my prayer and yeah.
Yeah, like if this happens, you just sit there and accept your fate.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'll just be like, "Oh, this sucks." Do you get what I mean? Like, I'll just be like, "Oh no," but there's not much you can do.
Around 3 million cubic meters of, how do you pronounce this word? Debris?
Yeah,
Debris?
debris. Yeah.
Debris, right? Including ice and rock. Yeah, it's both ice and rock. Roared down the mountain, covering Blatten in a thick layer of sludge. The landslide blocked the Lonza River, forming a lake that flooded surviving structures. Yeah, I'm not sure if yeah, this next slide. The landslide forming a lake that flooded surviving structures, raising concern about further flooding risks. Yeah. That is during it.
The
So yeah,
remains. Yeah.
you can see that the smaller houses are
I feel
like completely
it's
underwater.
decimated. Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
I can't believe this happened. I've not seen anything about this at all.
Yeah, it happened just yesterday, pretty much.
Oh, did it? Is it all we've got is the Liverpool parade, and that's why everyone's been talking. Do you know what happened there? This is world
What
news.
went there?
So,
I mean,
Liverpool football team won the Premier League, which is best football league in the world. And they were doing.
I can't believe you said that after returning from Spain.
Hey, listen, I watched a La Liga game whilst I was over there. It's boring. I was so bored.
Right.
But no, they did their big parade, and then some guys just taking a car, and he's just just crashed into the well, not crashed. He like drove into the crowd, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!" But apparently, it wasn't a terrorist attack. It was he just sort of like he just did it, and everyone was like,
Oh
right.
shit! Yeah, I think I remember it was just like one guy because he was kind of crowded, and then I don't know, he started become crazy and then run over people.
Yeah. Yeah. It was exactly that. He just lost his mind, and everyone he just started mowing people down, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's not fun."
Well, at least that's what he's gonna say in court, right? Yeah, and while I was looking at this, one specific moment came to mind. If you're familiar with this, that's the I believe it was called the last moments of Pompeii. Some people kind of compare the situation because if you're familiar, the volcano next to Pompeii erupted, and just pretty much the whole city is gone. There's pretty much nothing they could have done. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, I kind of need to. So, what's your take? Are you much of an art enjoyer?
Yeah, I mean, art enjoyer. I don't understand too much about art, but when I see some beautiful arts, I can only be moved, you know. But yeah, I guess it's just a matter of well, in Pompeii they were not so lucky to go in time, because I think most of the people couldn't just like they were just stuck there, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. The thing with Pompeii is they didn't even have a word for volcano yet. The word for volcano came from Pompeii after what happened. So yeah, there's no one was expecting it.
Because I was reading something what it was called, and it was something sounding similar to a volcano, but I don't even know now. Huh.
They just were like, it's a big mountain. Hola, Rahul. They just thought it was a big mountain that shaked because it was like bearing in mind this is back in the time of like religion. I was like, we don't have religion now, but where they just thought it was the gods speaking to them. I think when earthquakes would hit, and then
so this was Rome. Yeah, well, it's like, well, it's pretty much, I don't know. Well, it probably was before Christ, maybe.
Yeah. It would have been. It was because it was when the Roman gods and stuff like that.
Yeah, and fun fact: in Doctor Who, there was an episode called "Fires of Pompeii." I couldn't read about it without stumbling on this episode. Do you remember what Doctor it was?
David Tennant, number 10. Just rewatched the series.
And funny enough, it wasn't just him. Hold on. I don't know if you noticed it.
It was Peter Capaldi as well, wasn't it?
Yep, I was about to say.
Sorry.
It was. Yeah, it was. Look at this. He's not nerd yet here.
Number 12, yeah. They even I remember they mentioned it later in the show. They were like, I went back and took this guy's face.
I don't know if you noticed, like this like a guy who is supposed to be like the smart guy. It's like no matter what you tell him, he just goes into his own shtick where he just talks about whatever. Most of it doesn't even make much sense, but he just goes, and David Tennant is like just humors him. For some reason, this is like one of the most memorable moments for me. I don't know, just the guy just being strange. And speaking of, do you recognize this?
Who's that?
That is Karen Gillis, who is she became the next Doctor, Matt Smith's first companion.
Amy Bond. Yeah,
Amy
she was
Pond,
there as well. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like the same episode has 2 companions and 2 doctors.
She now primarily plays Nebula in the MCU, the blue one from Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I know my shit.
Yeah. Yep. Evacuation and response. Apparently, I was reading something like one guy went missing and he's like 68. So 68-year-old going missing, that's essentially you can consider this a death.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Authorities evacuated 300 residents and livestock. 26 cow, 190 sheep, and 20 rabbits. Even rabbits. Days before the collapse. Yeah, they predicted it days before that. Based on the geologist's warning of glacier instability. And somebody probably went and did some, like, in a classical cartoon move, don't shout, otherwise the snow is going to start falling. The Swiss army was mobilized and Swiss president, blah, blah, expressed solidarity, cutting short a trip to visit the site. The normal stuff. And that's a very... That's the type of situation where people try to inject their own narratives. For example, AI. And I just found this meme. Indian coders posed as AI, made $500 million. So they were just manually responding to all the queries. And people thought, oh, wow, what a great AI.
And they were just writing it out. Of course they were, honestly. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have any means to verify the story, but it sounds pretty plausible.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because some people were like, we're gonna use AI to predict more stuff, like more glaciers, more earthquakes and tornadoes. In fact, there are projects who I've seen do earthquake prediction and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. AI is kind of like this strange thing where people just attach AI label to any program. And just because it's popular.
I see. It's ridiculous.
And one of the solutions to solve this, I hear, is to build a Great Wall. So this is just me showing off how my AI, like I went to my usual AI image generator, and it had some more modes that are available to me, which I've been waiting for a long time. So I just made this because it's based on the model, which is our game. So it's like, so it's actually pretty close to how the game is going to look, except the facial expressions. I'm not sure about how that's going to do this, but yeah. What do you think? Do you think we can build a great wall to prevent the avalanche?
I mean, they did it. They did it in. People build great walls all the time. I mean, look at
China.
Like China. Yeah, look at they love a wall.
Yeah. It works against people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just needs to be sturdy enough against natural catastrophes, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It'll work.
There were people saying like, "What's stronger than a nuke?" And some people are like, "Nature." No, yeah. Of that size, you can only run. And there were some other people who were like, "Damn, man, the reason why this happened is because you were eating bacon. You see, I told everyone that eating pork goes against the God's will, but nobody listened to me, and now see what we got here." Hey, no, it wouldn't happen to be bacon that you were eating there. You wouldn't want avalanche to come down with you.
England's very flat. I think I'll get away with it.
Okay, but there are tsunamis as well, and the hurricanes.
Nah, we'll be fine. We'll be all right. We build sturdy houses.
Oh, yeah. And
Oh, piss off! They airlifted cows.
yep,
Oh, that's
one by
brilliant. Look at that.
one. Yeah,
He's
I don't know.
loving it.
I mean, that's quite an experience.
Oh yeah.
I mean, flying this high in the air for
She's
nothing.
gonna have stories to tell.
I know. Can you imagine when she get back down? It'd just be like, you'll never guess what just happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, people pay to experience this.
Oh yeah.
Like you know those gliders.
Maybe you just need to live on like fault lines and get it for free.
Yeah, and some people are like, just don't live in the mountains, forehead. Well, Switzerland is like entirety of it is just mountains, but
I was gonna say it's all mountains.
there are people saying that it's connected to climate change. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But, very hard to tell, as always. Something about because it's heating up, then that means that the glaciers is gonna melt.
Mm.
And the impact of resident, the mayor of Platten, Matthias Bellwald, called it the unimaginable, but vowed to rebuild, stating, "We lost our village, but not our lives." You think it's funny how he says rebuild?
I said,
Wow.
Bill, what?
Rebuild. Yeah, well,
There's nothing there.
This from
Yeah, that-
scratch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a leftover roof right there.
Mm.
Yeah, I can just imagine he's gonna just like go there, like take a shovel, and like, okay, guys, start shoveling. We are digging out our village from
Yeah.
underneath all of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I mean,
It looks like ash, honestly, at this point.
yeah, it's just a big mudslide, really, isn't it? Towards the end, that's what they usually divulge into.
Yeah.
Yep, the whole thing just got elevated a few meters up. Yep, that's another photo of the aftermath of it.
God,
Yeah,
massive.
and I can just imagine this is okay. Where's my thingy? Not this. I can imagine this right there is the next village, and all of this just got flooded. Yep.
It's crazy. How many people died? Was anyone still in the village? Did they have like a warning?
No, like I said, they
Just
evacuated.
one, isn't it? Yeah.
It was one that went missing, specifically.
Mm.
Although, yeah, I mean, how would you confirm anyone dead under all of this?
That's a good point.
You would need to find the body.
No.
Good luck with
I
that.
feel in these situations there is like when there is some kind of catastrophe happening, there's always like one or two persons saying, "Nah, I'm staying."
Mm.
Yeah, a bit sad for them, but well,
I'm
made
going
their
down
choice.
with the ship.
Titanic style.
Yeah, something like that. Well, that's the news for today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll just do a lot of those because long episodes are not really that much better. And yeah, hope you had fun looking at people's what's the word? Plight.
This-
That's the one.
Yes.
People's plight.
Well,
Yeah, that's
yeah. I mean, it was interesting. I just I didn't know about this before checking this up with you, Swiss Glacier. This is crazy.
yeah, it's mostly just it become more entertaining than before simply because there's a lot of footage into it and because people were actually able to predict it. Well, they were ready to actually record it. Yeah, stuff like that. And we'll see each other next week.
Yes,
Yay.
we will. Yes. All right. Goodbye.